So anyway, like I was saying in my previous video, my current dentist went from telling me that this procedure he wanted me to have done, he went from telling me it was going to be $1,000 to costing me over $3,000 because he didn't include him doing the crown on the tooth again. And at this point, I got very disgusted at him because he's the type of dentist that does not care one way or another what situation you're in. In fact, I was trying to explain to him I'm on disability. I wish I had the money. I don't have the money. Can you please do something for me? And the only thing he said to me, after hanging up on me multiple times, the only thing he said to me was, when can I schedule you? Like, he didn't even care. He just told me to get another credit card to be able to charge the full $3,000 to it. So at this point, I get disgusted. I asked him about pulling the tooth, and he's trying to scare me by telling me that my teeth are gonna shift. I'll lose all the rest of my teeth. They're gonna move, and then he went from telling me that to telling me that he'd have to then do a bridge right then and there if he pulled the tooth. And I know that's a lie because you're not required to have a bridge done right when you get the tooth pulled. So I knew he was lying to me, and I had a friend of mine tell me that just go and have the tooth pulled because it's a tooth and a root canal was done on anyway, so the root's gone, the tooth is eventually going to rot, so just pull it and save yourself the hassle of it breaking and then having to go dig it out and everything. So, but I'm scared because I'm freaked out by what my dentist has told me about my teeth moving and I'm gonna lose all the rest of my teeth and the whole 9 yards there. So I finally decide I'm gonna go to my friend's dentist for a second opinion, and he takes one look at me when I go into his office, takes one look at me and says, "Whole." Actually, he said, "Jesus fucking Christ." He doesn't even X-ray me, and he knows I have one hell of an infection going on in my gums. So he put me on antibiotics for a week. He was such a nice guy. Didn't charge me for the office visit. Didn't charge me for any of the stuff he did, and told me that the tooth is not was not savable, and he basically gave me news that was kind of the shock of my life. He told me that had anybody tried to go in there and redo that root canal without giving me antibiotics to get rid of the infection, that the infection would have spread throughout the rest of my body and killed me. Basically, he said I'd have maybe 6 months after that was done, and it would have killed me. And so he put me on antibiotics for a week, and then he told me to come back in a week, and he would take the tooth out and put a piece of bone in my gums to fill the hole left by the tooth, so that to try to prevent, well, for one, to fill the hole, and two, to try to prevent my teeth from moving all that much. So he puts me on antibiotics. I take them for a week, and I went back to him on Saturday, which was yesterday, and I'm freaked out because I've had my two top wisdom teeth taken out before, and it didn't involve everything that was done here. I had a guy come at me with a huge ass chisel and a hammer. He basically laid against my tooth and hammered. Then he grabs his little dental pair of pliers and starts jerking my head back and forth like this, trying to get it out, and that doesn't work. So he goes up and down and up and down, and that doesn't work. So he finally tries like all of those motions, and my whole entire head is going in every direction as you can imagine. He finally gives it a twist and it comes out, and the entire tooth, not the entire tooth, but like the part of my tooth that was down in my jawbone is rotten. It's a rotten tooth, completely. The filling was black that the other dentist had used, and I'll fast forward a little bit here. So after all that, he finally gets the tooth out. He ends up having to go down in through the hole left by the tooth to kind of try and clear out the infection. Well, he spots something, and that something that he spotted was a tumor on my gum, and that led to him having to split my gums open, remove the tumor, scrape my jawbone, which, trust me, even though I had 6 shots of Novocaine, did not feel pleasant. So he gets done doing that, takes the tumor out. Meanwhile, I've got my eyes closed just like this, just sitting there just trying to stay calm, let him do what he needs to do. And I open my eyes because he tells me to go ahead and open my eyes so he can show me this tumor. He shows me this tumor and it's the size of a small marble, and that was the cause of the remaining bump that was in my gums. So he takes that out, sews my gums shut. Unfortunately, he did not have dissolvable stitches, so for the first time in my life, I have to have stitches removed in 3 weeks on April 19th this year, and then I'll be all set to go. I am so glad that I had this work done, and this dentist was so nice to me and actually cared about and understood the fact that I'm on disability, only charged me $650 for all the work that he did, and he really went above and beyond what he had to do. I'm making this video because I'm just disgusted at really not only just the dentist that you know set me up for this, the original guy that did the shitty root canal, which led to the other guy that gouged and overcharged me, but I guess the question throughout this whole video is, why is it that just because disabled people are disabled and we have no other choice to be in this situation? I would give anything to be out and able to work as a productive member of society just like everybody else, but unfortunately I've got physical problems which prevent that, and it drives me insane to be a young man and be stuck basically in a position that I do not want to be in. This is not the main goal in my life. It was not to spend this time, you know, my young years when my mind wanted to be stimulated. It wasn't to spend this time stuck on disability, not working, not being out doing things that other people my age are doing. And the question in here is, why is it that people feel dentists, and not just dentists, but doctors in general for the most part, when they see you're on disability, it's almost like they think, I'm only getting paid a certain amount of money from Medicare, Medicaid, what have you, and we are not deserving of the same high standard of care as everybody else because we're disabled. That's what that one dentist told me, the dentist that did all this work to me. He was appalled at the fact that somebody would do such a poor quality of work to me, and it really, it's true. So I'm gonna have to make a part 3 to this little update video. So that will be in the video response part of this video. So just click that to hear the hopefully third and final part of this entire little saga.